Hey, back here! Be prepared to kill yourself! So sustains exist in the game and we've been getting a lot. Not really actually, but we do have a lot more sustains now than back in like 1.0, obviously. I just want to discuss the best sustains for your account that you should pull or invest into. So let's just go into it as every other fucking person says. The first sustain we look at is Natasha. What do we give her out of 10? 5. She's fine, she's okay, and you can do better. You deserve better. I mean, she cleanses and she heals, so that's good. I won't really be going much into her. So the next sustain, that's what we're going to go into before I kill myself looking at Natasha's assets, because I want to touch them. Also, remember to touch yourself and edge all day. No, this is a bad segue. Just leave a like and subscribe on this video. I want to get to 500 subs to monetize this shit, Lamau. Haha, Lynx is actually great. I mean not great but good, but I don't mean good, I mean great. Like she's great but not great. She's fine and very much usable. She cleanses and gives a max HP buff with her skill, so she's good. If you don't have limited banner sustains, well, she's basically your best free-to-play choice. As I went over in a certain video before, you can check that out. There should be something showing up to your right, top right. So my rating for her is 7.5 out of 10 for real. Another character sustain that we get for free is March 7th, who's, well, free. But well, she's not great in my opinion, sustaining one character at a time. Hence, I recommend using Lynx or Natasha over her. Nonetheless, she is still fine if you want to build and use her, but I personally wouldn't. I hate my life, but not myself just quite that much yet, haha. So yeah, probably a 3 or 4 out of 10 is my rating. I genuinely don't like March 7th sustain. It just isn't my thing, and I can't really comprehend anyone who might want to use her outside of Simulated Universe or Divergent Universe. Okay, so that's the true 4-star sustains done. Now onto the fake 4-star sustain who's a 5-star in hiding. That's right, it's the hottest man to ever exist, Galagussi! I would let him hit me with a beer bottle because even if I didn't do anything wrong, I still deserved it because it came from him. Me, when Gallagher came. I need to shut the fuck up. Anyways, he's great, and in this review you should totally invest and build him up, especially if you have E2. He then becomes very giga strong and basically lets you never die. His heals are great, his weakness break is great, and his super SP positive, more than LUOCHA, who we'll discuss later. So go and build up that son of a bitch. It's bloody worth it. It's a 9 out of 10 in my opinion, but I'm gay as fuck for him too. So anyway, so the next character to totally review is Gallagher. Hahaha, kidding, we just did Gallagher. It's LUOCHA. LUOCHA is totally good, by the way, for all his haters, and for all his glazers, he's not that good anymore, Lamau. Get fucked. He's great, he's good. He sustains and he'll keep your team alive. But at E0, he provides very little utility, so beyond his sustains, there ain't much more to him. Back in the day, we could say that he was very SP positive, and he still is, but now that Gallagher exists, well, yeah, he doesn't have that much anymore going for him. Like, he's still SP positive, just not as much as Gallagher, who's a free alternative. He's still better than the next 2 sustains I'll discuss though, at least better in my opinion. Oh yeah, also LUOCHA is definitely carrying a dead body in that coffin, and it's definitely the Kalan Kaslana XP. There is no fucking way that it isn't. So what do I give him out of 10? 8. 8 out of 10, and I think that's a solid rating to give him. Okay, next sustain is Bailu. I think Bailu is good, and I think she'll get the job done as well. But if you have Lynx, Gallagher, and or LUOCHA, honestly speaking, don't build her. She has the invigoration thing that she gives, which makes allies with invigoration take less damage, 10% to be factual, which is really strong, but she cannot cleanse. With all these funky enemies out that are just crowd controlling you every second, cleanses are vital and she doesn't provide that. Hence she fell off, is mid and bad. Nah, but she's just good as a result. Early game content becomes really easy if you have her, but in late game she's honestly just non-existent. If you put a gun against my head to use Bailu, I'd make you pull the trigger. Oh, not because she's bad, I just wanna go over to the other side, bro. So out of 10 I give her a 7 because, well, she's just fine. Yeah, so I wouldn't personally build her, but she does heal a lot, so she's quite strong. Her heals are huge after all, unlike herself, Bloody Ant Child. She also provides no utility to your team, so yeah, that's just another L. Now, Japard. He's a baby boy who's good enough. He creates a shield, and before Aventurine was the only one who did it besides besides obviously March 7th, who always disappears from my brain because her sustain does not exist. The only other person that used to do shields besides March 7th, and now that Aventurin is out, he's, now he exists. But yeah, Japard is good. Shields are good. Is SP positive since his skills are not needed to be used at all, lol. And he seems to gain energy well, so you can just get his ult up quickly, I think so. I don't actually have this blonde twink, but I suppose so. I mean, if you have him, use him if you don't have better sustains like Aventurin. He doesn't have much utility and is basically just sustaining, which is fine, but with the way the game is going, sustains are basically becoming weak supports who provide strong heals, shields, damage mitigation and stuff like that. I give him a 7.5 out of 10. I think he is better than Bailu, on the same tier as Lynx. Okay, next set of sustains, the kings and queens of sustaining, the characters with whom you will almost never die with unless you have skill issue like myself or you. So who are they? My fat balls. Hahaha, just kidding, it's Aventurin, Fushwan and Huohuo. We're gonna start off our review of Fushwan. Fushusi is best. She was basically considered the best sustain for a while too until the blonde twink and Huohuo came all over. Essentially, Fushwan has it all. She uses her skill and that creates a like field thing which does damage mitigation for all allies and also lets her take some good damage as well. This is strong for basically every game mode since, well, she has incredibly high HP and that's because you build her like that. So you shouldn't die until she takes my fat cock. I didn't say that. She also increases max HP with her skill and provides a crit rate bonus, so she has a lot of utility for your team with these buffs. Plus, she provides a resistance to crowd control with her skill, but I believe it lasts for basically one crowd control attempt. So she's strong Lemao even with her weaknesses like not being fully SP positive and not providing strong heals, but her ultimate still does heal, which is good. So I give her a mother of 10 of our kids out of 10. I never regretted pulling for her. Also, Fushusi. Alright, next character is Huohuo. I fucking love Huohuo so much. She's such a girl failure, Lemao, but she's so fucking good meta-wise. She's just like me for real, for real. That's right, I'm gonna kill myself. I'm kidding, guys. I wouldn't do that. But for real, I'm her glazer. I glaze 3 characters. Firefly, Ruanmei, and Huohuo. That's right, this is my obligatory Ruanmei glazing session. Anyways, back to Huohuo. She's probably one of my best investments into my account, and I love her character as well. So expect a 10 out of 10 from me. But let's get into more detail about why! Her heals are great and really huge, like her tail. Tail, facts. Her cleanse is the best in the game, and I don't care if you think someone else has a better cleanse, you're fucking wrong. Her cleanse is so good. It lasts for 6 turns on a single character. This is insane. Or else 6 attempts. I'm going to make her my concubine. I am not talking right now. She also has, in my opinion, the best utility of all sustains, giving an attack percentage buff and regenerating energy on her ultimate. This is very strong. Basically makes it the best in slot sustain for DOT teams, and I also think it's best in slot with the cooler Dan Hung too, but that's just cause I like Foxy and Slamao. I also love using Huohuo, so I try to use her everywhere besides my Firefly and Acheron teams where you can't really use her. Now, I understand she has some downsides. The first is that she's too cute for us. Okay, I didn't say that, but for real, you need to use her skill a lot more than other sustains, which makes her, not the most SP positive. But you can make her SP positive by using her skill like every 3 turns or something, I don't know. This will let you have good uptime on her ultimate, which is just what we want, lol. Also, she wants fast allies, but just get really lucky and get good speed substats. Hahaha, very relatable from a very relatable guide maker. I give her a 10 out of 10 because I love her, but let's be more neutral. A 10 out of 10 for most players. Okay, I'm just kidding. A 9 out of 10 for most players, since you need to know what you're doing when you're using her. And if you do know what you're doing, then an 11 out of 10. So 9/11. Just kidding. 11 out of 9. Just kidding. She's just really good. Final sustain. Aventurin. I don't have him, but trust me when I say this. He is definitely the best sustain in the game, in my opinion. This isn't because he does anything crazy like create a whole new type of playstyle, if you know who I'm talking about. It's just that what he does great. So I will go into a bit more detail on this femboy twink now. He can get pregnant, which is important to know, but he also basically has 100% shield uptime. That's fucking good. Way better than Japard, let's get real here. He basically provides a shield if you get hit, if you walk, if you breathe, if you begin jorking it. He also basically prevents crowd control since he just fucking has to, of course, and he deals good damage with his ultimate and follow-up attack. This also lets you easily whittle down the enemy's toughness as well if they are imaginary weak. He doesn't need to use his skill like basically ever either, which means that he is SP positive as hell, and he debuffs on his ultimate, which is great in the follow-up attack team for Dr. Ratio. He's just really fucking good. Definitely pull for him if you need sustains. I don't have him, but do plan on getting him on his rerun. I didn't get him because the previous banner was Acheron. He has like no downsides. His biggest downside is that he doesn't have a taunt to direct getting hit by the enemy, but that's not really a huge deal since he gains his follow-up attack stacks if he gets hit, or allies with his shield or something else also gets hit. Basically, if you get hit, he will get a stack and he will eventually do his follow-up attack. Yeah, so he's like a 10 out of 10 lol. The reality is that he's probably like a 20 out of 10 to be fair. Now I'm done with all the sustains. Here's a list of all characters with what I gave them, you know, their scores. No yapping from me when I show it. Alright, that's the video. Leave a like and subscribe, and I'm out of here to end it all. Hehehe. Where's Ron May in this video?